Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week we're looking back over some top shots recorded through the ATN X-Sight II. But before that, we join Andy Watkins as he heads out hide shooting for wood pigeons.
Well, I've come down here today just to do a little bit of a recce because I'm thinking of coming here in the morning to do some pigeon shooting out of this city tree here. Now the reason I'm going to be shooting the pigeons is because all on the neighbouring crop fields on the rape that's just starting to shoot up, they're absolutely decimating it. Now because of the pheasant shoots, I can't go on those fields, but the gamekeeper said that I can sit underneath this tree here and just pop a few off as they come in. Well, I've come down onto the field today. It's a gorgeous crisp morning, frost on the ground. We had a little bit of snow last night, and it's really still day, so quite a nice day for pigeon shooting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my hide out of the car. I'm just using a simple pop-up hide. Today I've got with me the S200 on top. I've got the Hawk Air Max. This is the 4-12 by 40. I really love this scope. It's what I use mostly for my hunting. Also got the sports match mounts holding it on. These are the 25mm lows. You can see there's not a lot of clearance there, but that's how I like my scopes, as low as possible. I've got the side shot. Probably won't use it just because my iPhone battery is so awful in the cold. Probably do most of the filming on this camera, but if I do get the opportunity to have two angles, I'll do that. Anyway, enough of the talking. I'm burning daylight, so I'm going to get a hide, start setting it out now. Here's the hide then. It's just a very simple pop-up hide, relatively inexpensive. And I'm going to try my luck today, and I'm going to put it right in the middle with no cover, because a lot of things are coming and going on this particular field. So I think the pigeons will just have the idea that it's just another piece of machinery or just another, I don't know, thing that's been brought down here. So I wouldn't normally do this. I'd normally put it right in against the hedge, but part of fieldcraft is also knowing where you are and what you can get away with. Just a simple chair that folds out, and then the hood comes over the top. This should go quite nicely on the hide and just break up that pattern. Part of camouflage and concealment is shape, so that solid outline of the hide, as soon as it's broken up by a bit of leaf cover, that'll really help us blend into our backgrounds. Now, although the pigeons are used to people around here and bits of odd things showing up, you still don't want to make it hard for yourself, really. Or I don't want to make it hard for myself. So this should help. Let's go and put it on the hide. In an ideal world, I wouldn't want to be in the sunlight, I'd want to be in the shade. But as this gives me the best angle of the tree that I'm shooting at, I think it's a pretty worthy payoff. Well, a magpie just came in and wasn't quite quick enough on the camera and the gun, and it saw me and spooked. But it's a pretty good start. He was there for a good while before he flew, so that shows that the hide's doing a good job. And magpies are really skittish, so my bet would be the pigeons will probably stick around a little bit longer and be there for a shot. So a nice start, but nothing in the bag as yet. That was a cracking shot there. First bird in the bag, that was a wood pigeon at about 30 yards, 35 yards, so gave it a bit of holdover. I'm zeroed at 19 today. Let's go and get him. I'm sure he's stone dead now. I went for a headshot. I think it went a little bit low. It hit it in the neck, just from the way it fell in the tree. Usually when you hit him with a headshot there's a lot of flapping, but that one just put its wings straight out and dropped straight to the floor. So I'm going to pack it up for this one. Quite a short visit, only 3 hours, but 3 hours for one pigeon isn't really a massively good statistic. Now to pack the hideaway. I'm going to keep these branches handy, so for the next visit they'll be easy to get to. So I'll just stash them in the hedge, so I'll just grab them next time and hopefully wreck the hide a lot quicker. So 45 yards, milled and a half holdover. Should be a fairly simple shot. And he dropped right where the first one that we shot did. I'm pretty sure it hasn't gone in the river. I think it might have. It was just above the branch that the other one was sat on, so it should just be on the bank. Well, I walked down here, couldn't see him at first. He wasn't where the first one fell, but I just spotted him down in the river there. Looks like I got him with a solid heart and lung shot, just there under the wing, and dropped like a stone. Lovely shot placement from the S200. Yeah, so that's 2 in the bag. Nice brace of wood pigeon. So yesterday I came down here and I shot a couple of pigeons out of the hide. I was fairly happy with that, but I've decided instead of just spending hours and hours down here and not having much luck, I'm just going to come little and often, so sort of an hour at a time, and just see what I can do. So today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a little hide with the ivy I used yesterday. I'm not going to put the pop-up hide up, and I'm just going to sit and wait under the same tree. So here's my hide, pretty simple, but I find it works really well, and they're really quick to set up as well. You can just turn up to a location that you've never been to before, grab some ivy off a tree or any bits of brush that you find lying around, and just quickly stick it in the ground, and you've got yourself a makeshift hide. And you can just sit behind there with your bean bag and whatnot and just wait. If nothing comes in, you can just move on. You can either leave it there, or if it's not appropriate to, just stick it in the hedge. The pigeons come in. It's 45 yards away, a little bit of a wind, so I'm going to give it a milled and a half holdover with a slight bit of left hand side, just to allow for that breeze. I've already got a pellet in the gun, so I'll just cycle the bolt to cock it. Well, here we have that pigeon then. It's got quite a lot of blood on it. That suggests a lung shot or a vital organ shot. Like I said, it was flapping when it left the branch, but by the time we got to it on the floor it was dead. And there's a lot of feathers on the ground, so it impacted pretty hard, and there's a big bald patch there where it must have hit the floor. It's starting to get dark now, so I don't know how much more shooting we'll get out today, but like I said, it's all about coming little and often. Record. That one's dropped straight down, landed in a similar place to the other pigeon, and I think I got him with a neck or a head shot. It was hard to tell through the scope. Well, this one fell the other side of the brook. Looks like it was a headshot, which would explain the flapping, and he just drifted down to the left. Just a bit of wind got under its wings while he was flapping away, so another clean kill there. Losing a bit of daylight now, I might be able to tell in the camera, so I'm going to pack it up for this one. But 4 pigeons in the bag for a couple of days, morning and an evening or an afternoon, is not too bad.
Andy Watkins there bagging pigeons for pest control and for the pot. And now it's the Airgun Show news.
This is the Airgun Show news. It's now barely a month until the British Shooting Show. The UK's biggest indoor shooting event comes to the NEC this year and is set to grow by around a third from last year, with more exhibitors bringing bigger stands and new product launches. Airgun brands exhibiting include BSA, Umarex, Tesro, Anschutz, Air Arms, Crosman, Daystate, Hatsan, Webley, Virac and more. Head to shootingshow.co.uk for the full list. The Commonwealth Games shooting teams may have been announced, but the future of Commonwealth shooting is in jeopardy. Birmingham, the host city for the 2022 Games, says it won't include shooting on its official list of sports. This would be the first time since 1970 that shooting hasn't featured. British Shooting, the ISSF, the NRA and the Countryside Alliance all said they'd lobby against the decision. Basque membership has grown yet again. It's now at 152,500, yet another record figure for the UK's largest shooting organisation. And Basque said it wouldn't sit on its laurels. Head of membership David Ilsley said they would continue to deliver the best package for shooters in the coming years. Don't forget, if you're a Basque member you'll get complimentary entry to the game fair at Ragley Hall on the 27th to the 29th of July. And finally, if you want to give your local range or shooting ground a boost, don't forget to cast your vote for it in the nation's favourite shooting ground poll. Run by Clay Shooting Magazine, the vote closes tomorrow. Any ground is eligible to win, and you can vote for any reason, so if your local playground also has an excellent FT course, why not give it the recognition it deserves? Plus, one voter will be drawn out of the hat to win a Pila eyewear set worth £1,500. To cast your vote, head online to clayshooting.com/NFSG. That was the Airgun Show news.
Our recent top 10 roundups seem to have been going down a storm, so we thought we'd put together another one for you. This time it's the turn of the ATN X-Sight II HD, a brilliant night and day scope that's very easy to use and an absolute doddle to film footage through. So let's kick off with a close range rat.
Eventually, the X-Sight picks out a rat in the gloom and the shot is on.
That rat was taken during a very difficult night when I think I would have struggled to have shot anything without the stealth of night vision. Here's another one from the same session, a rat that thought it was safely concealed beneath a heap of rubbish.
Just as I start to give up hope, I spot a rat hunched over on the edge of the heap.
Another rat now, and this one looks like it might have been taking a nibble at one of its dead mates.
It's hard to tell whether this one was attracted by the bait spot or the dead rat. Either way, it proves to be a bad move.
Of course, the X-Sight II is capable of much more than just blatting rats around the farmyard. Its high quality night vision performance makes it a brilliant optic for picking off wily rabbits under the cover of darkness.
And sure enough, it's looking much better as I get the next rabbit of the night in my crosshairs.
Although the X-Sight really does excel at night, it's also a pretty decent daytime optic. Thanks to its one-touch recording feature, I've used it to capture the action during numerous daylight sessions. Here's a rabbit bagged long before darkness closed in. The daylight action was surprisingly busy during that outing. In this next clip, I go on to bag 2 rabbits in rapid succession. That really was a very memorable session. At one point I just decided not to attempt to stalk in on a squirrel that was way out in the open when a collared dove suddenly dropped in to offer me a bonus shot. Back into the darkness now and back onto the rats. I love using baits to help keep these fidgety rodents still while I'm shooting, and this one made the mistake of settling down to feed on a heap of liquidized cat food.
And it seems like the time away from this spot may just have worked in our favour. We've not been back long and I've already got one in the crosshairs.
Rats really do struggle to resist the smell and flavour of liquidized cat food. Here's another one that stopped for a slurp and paid the price. You don't always need to set out baits to keep rats still, but it certainly pays to target them around a food source. Here's the second of 2 rats to fall to the X-Sight after venturing out to dine on a small heap of maize silage.
And moments later, another rat comes out to feed in the same place.
So that's a roundup of some of my favourite shots captured on camera with the ATN X-Sight II HD. Hopefully there will be many more to follow. That's all for this week, but we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, it's time you joined the organisation that works to promote and protect your sport.